Welcome to World Fact Finder. In this episode, we will discuss 50 mind-blowing random fun facts that will blow your mind, everything too weird to be true. Part 7. Let's get started. Number 1. A cloud weighs around 1,000,000 tons. A cloud typically has a volume of around 1 kilometer cubed and a density of around 1.003 kilograms per cubic meter. That's a density that's around 0.4% lower than the air surrounding it. This is how they are able to float. Number 2. Giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people. True, there are only 5 well-documented fatal lightning strikes on giraffes between 1996 and 2010. But due to the population of the species being just 140,000 during this time, it makes for about 0.003 lightning deaths per 1,000 giraffes each year. This is 30 times the equivalent fatality rate for humans. Number 3. Identical twins don't have the same fingerprints. You can't blame your crimes on your twin, after all. This is because environmental factors during development in the womb, umbilical cord length, position in the womb, and the rate of finger growth impact your fingerprint. Number 4. Earth's rotation is changing speed. It's actually slowing. This means that, on average, the length of a day increases by around 1.8 seconds per century. 600 million years ago, a day lasted just 21 hours. Number 5. Your brain is constantly eating itself. This process is called phagocytosis, where cells envelop and consume smaller cells or molecules to remove them from the system. Don't worry, phagocytosis isn't harmful, but actually helps preserve your gray matter. Number 6. The largest piece of fossilized dinosaur poo discovered is over 30 centimeters long and over 2 liters in volume. Believed to be a Tyrannosaurus rex turd, the fossilized dung, also named a coprolite, is helping scientists better understand what the dinosaur ate. Number 7. The universe's average color is called cosmic latte. In a 2002 study, astronomers found that the light coming from galaxies averaged into a beige color that's close to white. Number 8. Animals can experience time differently from humans. To smaller animals, the world around them moves more slowly compared to humans. Salamanders and lizards, for example, experience time more slowly than cats and dogs. This is because the perception of time depends on how quickly the brain can process incoming information. Number 9. Water might not be wet. This is because most scientists define wetness as a liquid's ability to maintain contact with a solid surface, meaning that water itself is not wet, but can make other objects wet. Number 10. A chicken once lived for 18 months without a head. Mike the chicken's incredible feat was recorded back in the 1940s in the USA. He survived as his jugular vein and most of his brainstem were left mostly intact, ensuring just enough brain function remained for survival. In the majority of cases, a headless chicken dies in a matter of minutes. Number 11. All the world's bacteria stacked on top of each other would stretch for 10 billion light years. Together, Earth's 0.001 millimeters long microbes could wrap around the Milky Way over 20,000 times. Number 12. Wearing a tie can reduce blood flow to the brain by 7.5%. A study in 2018 found that wearing a necktie can reduce the blood flow to your brain by up to 7.5%, which can make you feel dizzy, nauseous, and cause headaches. They can also increase the pressure in your eyes if on too tight and are great at carrying germs. Number 13. The fear of long words is called hippopotamonstrose squipedaliophobia. The 36-letter word was first used by the Roman poet Horace in the 1st century BCE to criticize those writers with an unreasonable penchant for long words. It was American poet Amy Nejeukumatithil, possibly afraid of their own surname, who coined the term how we know it in 2000. Number 14. The world's oldest dog lived to 29.5 years old. While the median age a dog reaches tends to be about 10 to 15 years, one Australian cattle dog, Bluey, survived to the ripe old age of 29.5. Number 15. The world's oldest cat lived to 38 years and 3 days old. Creme Puff was the oldest cat to ever live. Number 16. The sun makes a sound, but we can't hear it. In the form of pressure waves, the sun does make a sound. The wavelength of the pressure waves from the sun is measured in hundreds of miles, however, meaning they are far beyond the range of human hearing. Number 17. Mount Everest isn't the tallest mountain on Earth. Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa in Hawaii, the twin volcanoes, are taller than Mount Everest due to 4.2 kilometers of their heights being submerged underwater. The twin volcanoes measure a staggering 10.2 kilometers in total, compared to Everest's paltry 4.6 kilometers. Number 18. Our solar system has a wall. The heliopause, the region of space in which solar wind isn't hot enough to push back the wind of particles coming from distant stars, is often considered the boundary wall of the solar system and interstellar space. Number 19. Octopuses don't actually have tentacles. They have 8 limbs, but they're arms for most species. Technically, when talking about cephalopods, octopuses, squids, etc., scientists define tentacles as limbs with suckers at their end. Octopus arms have suckers down most of their length. Number 20. Most maps of the world are wrong. On most maps, the Mercator projection, first developed in 1569, is still used. This method is wildly inaccurate and makes Alaska appear as large as Brazil and Greenland, 14 times larger than it actually is. For a map to be completely accurate, it would need to be life-size and round, not flat. Number 21. NASA genuinely faked part of the moon landing. While Neil Armstrong's first steps on the lunar surface were categorically not faked, the astronaut quarantine protocol when the astronauts arrived back on Earth was largely just one big show. Number 22. Comets smell like rotten eggs. A comet smells like rotten eggs, urine, burning matches, and almonds. Traces of hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, sulfur dioxide, and hydrogen cyanide were all found in the makeup of the comet 67P Churyumov-Gerasimenko. Promotional postcards were even commissioned in 2016, carrying the pungent scent of a comet. Number 23. Earth's poles are moving. This magnetic reversal of the North and South Pole has happened 171 times in the past 71 million years. We're overdue a flip. It could come soon, as the North Pole is moving at around 55 kilometers per year, an increase over the 15 kilometers per year up until 1990. Number 24. You can actually die laughing. And a number of people have, typically due to intense laughter causing a heart attack or suffocation. Comedy shows should come with a warning. Number 25. Chainsaws were first invented for childbirth. It was developed in Scotland in the late 18th century to help aid and speed up the process of symphysiotomy, widening the pubic cartilage, and removal of disease-laden bone during childbirth. It wasn't until the start of the 20th century that we started using chainsaws for wood chopping. Number 26. Ants don't have lungs. They instead breathe through spiracles, 9 or 10 tiny openings, depending on the species. Number 27. The T-Rex likely had feathers. Scientists in China discovered early Cretaceous period tyrannosaur skeletons that were covered in feathers. If the ancestors of the T-Rex had feathers, the T-Rex probably did too. Number 28. Football teams wearing red kits play better. The color of your clothes can affect how you're perceived by others and change how you feel. A review of football matches in the last 55 years, for example, showed that teams wearing a red kit consistently played better in home matches than teams in any other color. Number 29. Wind turbines kill between 10,000 and 100,000 birds each year in the UK. Interestingly, painting one of the blades of a wind turbine black can reduce bird deaths by 70%. Number 30. Snails have teeth. Between 1,000 and 12,000 teeth, to be precise. They aren't like ours, though, so don't be thinking about snails with ridiculous toothy grins. You'll find the snail's tiny teeth all over its file-like tongue. Number 31. Sound can be minus decibels. The quietest place on Earth is Microsoft's anechoic chamber in Redmond, Washington, USA, at negative 20.6 decibels. These anechoic chambers are built out of heavy concrete and brick and are mounted on springs to stop vibrations from getting in through the floor. Number 32. A horse normally has more than 1 horsepower. A study in 1993 showed that the maximum power a horse can produce is 18,000 watts, around 24 horsepower. Number 33. Your signature could reveal personality traits. A study in 2016 purports that among men, a larger signature correlates with higher social bravado, and among women, a bigger signature correlates with narcissistic traits. Number 34. 1 in 18 people have a third nipple. Known as polythelia, the third nipple is caused by a mutation in inactive genes. Number 35. Bananas are radioactive. Due to being rich in potassium, every banana is actually slightly radioactive thanks to containing the natural isotope potassium-40. Interestingly, your body contains around 16 milligrams of potassium-40, meaning you're around 280 times more radioactive than a banana already. Any excess potassium-40 you gain from a banana is excreted out within a few hours. Number 36. There's no such thing as a straight line. Zoom in close enough to anything, and you'll spot irregularities. Even a laser light beam is slightly curved. Number 37. Deaf people are known to use sign language in their sleep. A case study of a 71-year-old man with rapid eye movement disorder and a severe hearing impairment showed him using fluent sign language in his sleep, with researchers able to get an idea of what he was dreaming about thanks to those signs. Number 38. Finland is the happiest country on Earth. According to the World Happiness Report, it has been for 6 years in a row. It's not really surprising, given that Finland is the home of Santa Claus, reindeer, and one sauna for every 1.59 people. Number 39. Hippos can't swim. Hippos really do have big bones, so big and dense, in fact, that they're barely buoyant at all. They don't swim, and instead perform a slow-motion gallop on the riverbed or on the seafloor. In fact, hippos can even sleep underwater, thanks to a built-in reflex that allows them to bob up, take a breath, and sink back down without waking. Number 40. The moon looks upside down in the southern hemisphere, compared to the northern hemisphere anyway. This means that the man in the moon is upside down in the southern hemisphere and looks more like a rabbit. Number 41. You can yo-yo in space. In 2012, NASA astronaut Don Pettit took a yo-yo on board the International Space Station and demonstrated several tricks. It works because a yo-yo mainly relies on the laws of conservation of angular momentum to perform tricks, which, provided you keep the string taut, apply in microgravity too. Number 42. Not only plants photosynthesize. Algae, which are not plants, and some other organisms, including sea slugs and pea aphids, contain chlorophyll and can also take sunlight and turn it into an energy source. Number 43. You can be heavily pregnant and not realize. Cryptic pregnancies aren't that uncommon, with 1 in 500 not recognized until at least halfway through, and 1 in 2,500 not known until labor starts. Number 44. Bacteria on your skin cause your itches. Specifically, bacteria known as Staphylococcus aureus can release a chemical that activates a protein in our nerves. This sends a signal from our skin to our brains, which our brain perceives as an itch. Number 45. Starfish don't have bodies. Along with other echinoderms, think sea urchins and sand dollars, their entire bodies are technically classed as heads. Number 46. Somebody has been constipated for 45 days. In 2013, an unfortunate Indian woman had to undergo surgical removal of a fecal mass as large as a football. Number 47. You travel 2.5 million kilometers a day around the sun without realizing. The Earth's orbit travels around 2.5 million kilometers with respect to the sun's center, and around 19 million kilometers with respect to the center of the Milky Way. Number 48. Fish form orderly queues in emergencies. When evacuating through narrow spaces in sketchy situations, schools of neon tetrafish queue so that they don't collide or clog up the line. Scientists interpreted this behavior as showing that fish can respect social rules even in emergency situations, unlike us humans. Number 49. There are more bacterial cells in your body than human cells. The average human is around 56% bacteria. This was discovered in a 2016 study and is far less than the earlier estimates of 90%. As bacteria are so light, however, by weight, each person is over 99.7% human. Number 50. Most ginger cats are male. There are roughly 3 ginger male cats to 1 ginger female. This is because the ginger gene is found on the X chromosome, meaning female cats would require 2 copies of the gene to become ginger, whilst males only need 1. Thanks for watching. Like and comment if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and activate notifications so you don't miss the next interesting facts. See you in our next video.